Do you ever find yourself shoving groceries into your pantry, only to forget about them until they're way past their best before date? Well, it's time to stop letting those dates dictate your pantry clearing sessions. Let's get one thing straight. Some foods might as well be immortal. Plenty of kitchen staples are underrated longevity champs, perfectly fine to consume long after the supposed expiration dates. Curious about which groceries hold the key to eternal shelf life? Stick around as we dive into 15 foods that you can rely on to withstand the sands of time. Spoiler alert, some of these items, when stored correctly, could outlast your next 3 kitchen remodels. We'll explore these rock stars of resilience that aren't just sitting pretty on your shelves, but are ready to save the day when you're in a pinch. Grab a pen, you might want to add these to your next shopping list and start stockpiling, because these foods are in it for the long haul. Get ready to reevaluate what expiration really means as we uncover the unsung heroes of your pantry. 15. Honey. All right, let's talk about honey. This golden nectar might just be the king of foods that last forever. Seriously, try leaving a jar of honey in the back of your cabinet for, a decade or two. Chances are it'll still be perfectly fine. Why, you ask? Well, honey is practically invincible when it comes to spoilage. It contains only about 17% water, which is a level way too low for most bacteria and fungi to even dream of thriving in. So they're not going to multiply or throw a bacterial rave in your honey jar anytime soon. What's even cooler? Honey doesn't just sit there like a passive saint. It's proactive, dehydrates pesky microorganisms that try to crash the party. This makes honey a natural preservative. Over time, you might notice your honey turning a little gritty or cloudy. Don't panic, that's just crystallization. It's a normal phenomenon and doesn't mean your honey has gone bad. Like a boss, all you need to do is give it a quick fix. Run the sealed jar under hot water for a couple of minutes, and boom, it's back to its smooth golden glory. So next time you stock your pantry, remember that honey doesn't just conquer your taste buds, it laughs in the face of expiration dates. That makes it a must-have for anyone looking to beat the clock on food spoilage. Up next at number 14 is good old salt. Let's be real. Salt has been around forever, and it doesn't seem to be going anywhere soon. This stuff is an absolute champion when it comes to food preservation, having been used by people for thousands of years. Why? Because salt is brutal in its simplicity, drawing moisture out of food so those annoying germs and bacteria don't stand a chance. It's like holding a desert in your pantry, and as long as you're smart enough to keep it dry and in the right conditions, it won't get moldy or funky. However, here's the catch. Not all salts are created equal. If you get the kind that's fortified with iodine or mixed with other substances, the lifespan isn't as impressive. Sure, it'll still stick around for a good while, just not forever. So think of that plain, unadulterated salt as the only real contender if you want a lifelong companion on your dystopian journey or during a camping trip with no expiration date in sight. Basically, salt is the dependable, no-nonsense food preservative you want in your corner, but remember, treat it with care and respect. It's the backbone of your spice rack, turning basic dishes into something resembling flavor. Stick with basic salt, keep it dry, and let it be the unsung hero that keeps your food safe from the ravages of time and microbes alike. Don't underestimate its power just because it's a common staple. Its longevity speaks volumes. 13. Bullion Cubes. Let's talk about Bullion Cubes. Yes, those small, unassuming blocks collecting dust in your pantry. You might think of Bullion Cubes as mundane kitchen staples, but there's a reason they're a star player in the game of foods with an impressive shelf life. Packed to the brim with salt, these cubes aren't just for seasoning, they're practically immortal. Forget about checking expiration dates. Bullion Cubes are likely going to outlive most of your pantry contents. Why should you care? For starters, they might just save your lackluster soup or sauce from utter mediocrity. Need a quick broth for a last-minute recipe? Throw in a cube and voila! Instant flavor upgrade, no fuss required. They are your culinary safety net, ensuring you're never caught off guard in a kitchen emergency. Bullion Cubes shine in their versatility. Whether you're crafting a sophisticated risotto or jazzing up a simple rice dish, they deliver consistent flavor every time. Plus, their compact nature makes them perfect for storing in bulk without sacrificing precious pantry space. Unlike that wilted lettuce you forgot in the fridge, Bullion Cubes aren't going anywhere. In essence, Bullion Cubes are more than just a salt bomb. They're a food preservation marvel. They're proof that some things just get better with age, or at least stay exactly the same, indefinitely. So if there's one item to always keep in your pantry, this is it. Relinquish any doubts and embrace the bouillon. Because whether you're gourmet or simply in a pinch, these cubes deliver consistent flavor that stands the test of time. 12. Popcorn. Who doesn't love a good movie night snack? Sure, that buttery microwave popcorn you have in your pantry won't last forever. It'll eventually turn rancid. But let's talk about the real MVP here, loose popcorn kernels. These little gems, when stored correctly, are practically immortal. Yes, you heard that right, immortal. If you're savvy enough to keep your kernels in an airtight container and stash them away in a cool, dry spot, you'll always have popcorn at the ready. Forget those last-minute runs to the store or regrettable snack compromises. With your own stash of everlasting popcorn, you're prepared for any impromptu movie marathon or unexpected appetite attack. Plus, think about the control you have over your flavor destiny. No more settling for oversalted bagged junk. You get to decide how much butter, salt, or unique spices to drizzle over those freshly popped clouds of perfection. Get creative. Try cinnamon and sugar for a sweet twist, or throw in some chili powder for a spicy kick. Now, isn't that better than dealing with stale, pre-packaged popcorn, or diving into uncertainty wondering if today's the day the store-bought stuff turns unfit for consumption? Prepare right, and you'll never suffer popcorn deprivation again. So go on, embrace the eternity of popcorn kernels and live the fear-free flavor life. The movies are calling, and now you're always ready to answer. And snack. 11. Pure vanilla extract. Okay, folks, listen up. If you're reaching for imitation vanilla extract just to pinch pennies, it's time for a reality check. Sure, saving a few bucks sounds nice, but pure vanilla extract is where it's at. Not only does it taste undeniably better, but it also has a higher alcohol content, and guess what? That means it lasts like infinitely longer in your pantry. You want your ingredients to outlive you? This is the kind of stuff you need. You might think, oh, what if germs get in? Well, as long as you put a decent effort into sealing it properly, translation, close the damn lid tightly, you can use it until the end of time, or at least until your baking arm gives out. You could flavor every cookie, cake, and batch of homemade ice cream you make for the rest of your life, and it would still be around. Think of it as an investment in the everlasting realm of sweet, baked goods. Now imagine running out of vanilla mid-recipe. Heartburn, heartbreak, call it what you will, it's a disaster nobody needs. But with pure vanilla extract, it's like you've got a golden egg that keeps giving. Every drop is loaded with rich flavor and is ageless in its longevity. So, when you're stocking your doomsday prepper bunker or just your cabinet, do yourself a favor and opt for the real deal. Trust us, your taste buds and future self will thank you. 10. Virgin coconut oil. You've got a dozen kinds of cooking oil to choose from, but guess what? When it comes to sticking around for the long haul, there's one champion: virgin coconut oil. Most oils are destined for the trash not long after their best before date. Olive oil's got a good run for about 2 to 3 years before it turns rancid on you. Think vegetable oil's any better? Sorry to burst your bubble, but it's only good for about a year if you're lucky. Enter virgin and extra virgin coconut oil, the superstars of longevity that never really expire. That's right. You'll throw out every other oil in your pantry before this one even starts thinking about going bad. Let's clear something up. Stick to the unrefined versions. Refining messes with the natural properties. And honestly, you don't want those chemicals in your life anyway. Why does virgin coconut oil last forever? It's got these things called medium-chain triglycerides. Sounds fancy, right? Basically, they're special fats that boost its resistance to spoiling. Plus, it's less prone to oxidation compared to other oils, meaning you'll find it ready for action whenever your cooking needs arise. So next time you're out for groceries, think smart and snag yourself some unrefined virgin coconut oil. It might just save you time, money, and frustration in the long run. Toss it in your cooking, add a little to your hair for that extra shine, or use it on your skin. It'll still be good as the day you bought it, while the rest of your pantry oils are left rotting in the dust. 9. Cornstarch. Ever skipped a recipe because it includes something you never use? Let's be real, most of us have been there. But if that overlooked ingredient is cornstarch, think again. You should definitely add it to your pantry staples. Why? Because cornstarch is practically immortal. As long as you store it properly, dry, cool, and away from any moisture, you're set. You won't be trekking back to the grocery store for cornstarch anytime soon. First off, cornstarch is versatile. It thickens sauces, soups, and gravies like a pro. Bet you didn't know it's a key ingredient in making silky desserts and even homemade Play-Doh. It's not just lying around for show. This is a powerhouse ingredient ready to elevate your cooking game. And while other things in your kitchen might be ticking time bombs of expiration, cornstarch is just chilling there, unbothered, untouched by the sands of time. Let's cut to the chase. No expiration means no waste. In an age where we're all trying to reduce food waste, why not choose ingredients that last almost forever? Cornstarch is the friend who won't let you down when your pie filling needs thickening. So stop doubting those recipes and start using cornstarch fearlessly. Embrace the never-expiring convenience and versatility of cornstarch. It's time to reconsider your kitchen priorities because this unassuming powder is a true culinary hero. Keep it dry and cool and it will keep delivering meal after meal, year after year. 8. White rice. You want a food that's cheap, fills everyone up, and stands the test of time? Look no further than white rice. This staple is a survivalist's best friend, lasting up to 30 years if you don't screw up the storage. Just toss it in some airtight containers and keep it cool, under 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Want to bet your stash of brown rice can do the same?
Don't.
Brown rice may sound healthier, but it'll betray you with those natural oils in its bran layer. Those oils turn rancid pretty fast. Another reason why white rice is the star of the show. Why break the bank on foods you'll have to constantly replace? Stocking white rice means you have something you can rely on through the apocalypse or just tight times in general. Whether you're huddling around a campfire or getting creative with pantry meals, this little grain does the job. Fixing a meal that keeps everyone happy and fed doesn't require fancy ingredients. Simplicity is key, and white rice is as simple as it gets. You can dress it up, spice it down, or serve it plain. It merely needs a place to call home in your pantry. Ignore all the buzz about nutrients you're missing. This is about survival, and nobody cares about microgreens when the shelf life clock is ticking. The next time you're deciding what to buy in bulk, make it white rice. Your future self will thank you when the world's crumbling, yet your pantry's still hanging on. 7. Sugar. All right, admit it. Most of us have a stash of sugar somewhere in the pantry, shoved into a forgotten corner. But here's the kicker. Sugar practically never spoils. That's right. When stored the right way, sugar can have an endless shelf life. All it takes is an airtight container that keeps it safe from light, heat, and moisture. If you do this, you can use that sweet stuff indefinitely. Even if you lose track of its age, sugar simply doesn't care. Why? Sugar is like a fortress against bacteria and other microscopic creeps we wouldn't want lurking in our kitchen. Its crystalline structure creates an environment so dry that nasty organisms just throw their hands up and say, "Not today." Whether it's white sugar, brown sugar, or even raw sugar, this resilient staple won't let you down. Sure, it might get hard or clumpy over time, but that's nothing a quick zap in the microwave or a spin with a fork can't fix. So the next time you find that old bag of sugar at the back of your cupboard, don't toss it. Instead, put it to good use in your baking or morning coffee. Sugar's eternal lifespan is your secret weapon against inflation and reducing waste. Keep it sealed, and it won't just sweeten your recipes. It'll sweeten your life with the knowledge that some things really do last forever. 6. Dried beans. Let's cut to the chase. If you're not stocking up on dried beans, you're doing it wrong. These humble little powerhouses need to be in every pantry, whether you're vegan, keto, or just someone who likes to eat well. Forget the myths about beans being the gassy intruder in your diet. The truth is, they're loaded with goodness. We're talking protein you'll love, fiber to keep everything moving smoothly, and a smorgasbord of vitamins and antioxidants that work overtime. These are the unsung heroes of any food storage strategy, hands down. Maybe you're not a bean connoisseur yet, but here's the deal. They practically last forever. You've got yourself a contender in the grand survival game because they never expire if stored properly. Toss them in a jar, keep it cool, dry, and definitely shaded, and you're set. It's not rocket science, just common sense. No more excuses. Stock up on dried beans, and don't be that person who wishes they had later. They're like the Swiss Army knife of food, versatile, nutritious, and just there when you need them most. Get to it and put them right next to the rice. Remember, when the apocalypse comes, you'll be one step ahead with beans by your side. 5. Pure maple syrup. You ever wonder if there's a sweet treat that'll stick around as long as you need it? Well, pure maple syrup is your answer. Let's cut to the chase. If it's sealed, this sticky delight can practically outlive you in the pantry. It's the stuff of legends. Just don't make the rookie mistake of popping it open and stuffing it back on the shelf like a jar of peanut butter. It might seem invincible, but once that seal breaks, it's all about proper storage. Think of it this way. Your maple syrup is like a vampire when it hits the air. Keep it protected, and it'll reward you for ages. Move it over to an airtight container and stash it in the fridge where it belongs. Forget those food myths you've heard. Maple syrup is the real deal when it comes to longevity. Stop thinking of it as just a pancake topping. This is preservation science in its purest form. Once you've got it snug in the fridge, it'll be waiting patiently for years on end, ready to drizzle its golden goodness whenever your breakfast demands a little extra love. So next time you're at the store, grab that maple syrup without hesitation, because it's got your back long after all those other so-called long-lasting foods have bitten the dust. Embrace the eternal shelf life and pour yourself some sweetness that's here to stay, come what may. Vinegar. Coming in strong at number 4 on our list of foods that never expire is vinegar, the sharp-tongued trickster in your pantry. Given its personality, acidic, tangy, and perfectly self-preserving, vinegar laughs in the face of expiration dates. Imagine having an ingredient that defies time almost entirely, all while jeering at decay and spoilage. Vinegar doesn't need a soft pitch. It knows it's special. Here's why this acidic champion stays unbeatable. Vinegar is not just self-preserving, but also moonlights as a great preservative for a multitude of edibles. White vinegar, when stashed properly, stands the test of time without losing its charm. It retains its clear appearance, shrugging off any notion of aging. You can forget any transformations or age spots here. White vinegar isn't playing that game. Check back in a decade or two. Your white vinegar will meet you with a familiar face. But hey, let's not leave other vinegars out of this chat. Take your wine vinegars or apple cider varieties, for instance. They might undergo a change in shade, slyly altering in color as if trying to keep things interesting. But don't let that get you spun up. These changes are purely on the surface, like the chameleon of vinegars. Beneath that hue shift, it's all the same reliable liquid. Safe to use and just as effective as ever, its prowess unscathed by time. So stack up your shelves and add a bottle or two without hesitation, because if ever there was a time-defying workhorse, vinegar is it. 3. Non-fat powdered milk. All right, let's talk about non-fat powdered milk. You might not think much of this humble food, but it's an unsung hero in the realm of forever-lasting pantry staples. You should really consider stocking up on it, especially when preparing for emergencies. Why? Because it's ridiculously easy to reconstitute with water, making it a lifesaver when fresh milk just isn't an option. Now, here's the kicker. This stuff can keep for a ridiculously long time, even past its expiration date. We're talking about a mind-blowing 2 to 10 years, and that's just when you're not even trying. Keep it in an airtight container, and you'll keep the pesky moisture and air out. Want to take its longevity to another level? Store the powdered milk in a place that stays cool, below 60 degrees Fahrenheit to be precise. This simple trick ensures that the powdered marvel stays fresh, ready to use whenever you need it. But wait, there's more. If you really want to sidestep the expiration game entirely, chuck that powdered milk into the freezer. In this icy domain, it will last pretty much forever. Yes, you heard that right, forever. With these mind-blowing storage hacks, non-fat powdered milk becomes an unbeatable food item that defies spoilage. So if you haven't considered adding this to your long-term stockpile, what's the holdup? Unlike that fresh milk that curdles faster than you can blink, powdered milk's shelf life stands strong, making it a savvy choice for those preparing for the worst or simply wanting to avoid that awkward midnight milk run. 2. Soy sauce, the eternal condiment. Let's talk about soy sauce, a kitchen staple that might as well be the fountain of youth for your pantry. This dark, salty liquid gold is absolutely unique, fermented to perfection and packed with sodium, ensuring its place in your cupboard indefinitely. Unlike those wilting greens in your fridge, soy sauce laughs in the face of time. Thanks to the fermentation process, it's fortified against the evils of spoilage, battling and defeating microbes with every salty drop. Got a bottle languishing on your shelf? Shake off the dust and fear not, it's still good. The astonishing sodium levels act as an unfaltering preservative, effectively warding off any microorganism that's brave or stupid enough to come near. As long as you store it properly, away from sun like a vampire avoiding daylight, soy sauce will remain just as trusty and unexpired as the day you bought it. It's the unicorn of the culinary world, able to outlive most other pantry occupants by centuries. With soy sauce in your arsenal, you'll always have the perfect seasoning to elevate your culinary creations. So next time you reach for that mysterious mystery bottle, embrace its eternal flavor and versatility. Leave it sealed and tucked away in the shadows, and this enduring condiment will reward you by standing the test of time. Forget expiration dates and embrace the eternity of soy sauce. Who says immortality doesn't exist? Just ask any bottle of soy sauce gracing a kitchen cabinet today. 1. Hard liquor, the timeless spirit. Let's kick things off with one of the greatest marvels of eternal shelf life, hard liquor. This legendary liquid never lets you down, because distilled spirits like vodka, gin, whiskey, rum, and tequila don't have an expiration date. They'll sit pretty in your cupboard for eternity without going bad. Yep, that's right. They don't spoil, and they sure as hell won't make you sick. Most hard liquors pack a punch at around 80 proof, or exactly 40% alcohol by volume, making them as tough as nails against germs. Microbes don't stand a chance in this high-alcohol environment, so go ahead and add these to your list of apocalypse essentials. When it comes to storage, even timeless treasures like these need some tender care. Your booze will thank you for keeping it in a cool, dark area, well away from sunlight's harsh gaze or any heat sources. Got a drinks cabinet or a cellar collecting dust? Perfect. That's where these bottles will feel right at home. And hey, don't get lazy with the lids. Make sure those tops are firmly sealed. Exposure to air isn't the best friend of flavor, even for hard liquor. It's not going to spoil, but let's keep it as tasty as the day it was distilled. Granted, this isn't the definitive list of kitchen staples with eternal endurance, but hard liquor is a gold star start for stockpiling long-lasting goods. Whether you're planning for a wild party or stocking up for those quiet evenings alone, these bottles won't turn their back on you. In conclusion, the timelessness and durability of certain foods provide peace of mind when stocking up for emergencies or planning for longevity in your pantry. Whether it's the perennial freshness of hard liquor, the enduring power of soy sauce, or the versatile nature of non-fat powdered milk, these staples defy spoilage and offer reliability. By incorporating these never-expiring foods into your kitchen, you're not only ready for unexpected events, but also equipped to create delicious meals without the worry of expiration dates. Knowing which items can stand the test of time allows for smarter shopping and stress-free storage, ensuring that your pantry is an ever-ready resource. So the next time you aim to curate a perennial pantry, consider these culinary companions and keep your home stocked with the comfort of foods that last a lifetime.